Hello guys, every good name is taken here and welcome to another video. Today I got something special for you, as you can see. Today I'm going to be reacting to this table, which is containing all of the tanks that are going to be removed in patch 5.5. What do I mean with removed? With removed is meant that they are going to put out of the tech tree, but they are still available to play. But after 5.5 you can't buy them anymore, so if any of those tanks you really want, you should get them before this patch. So I'm going to say my opinion about the tanks that are going to be moved, say maybe a little bit about it, explain the reasoning why they are removed and so on. So let's get started with the British tanks. In Tier 2 they are going to remove the UC PDR, the Medium 2 and the Cruiser 1. For the UC PDR they say it's just bad. I played the tank on my own and I have to say it was quite bad. For the other two tanks I can't really say anything because I don't remember playing them. For the Tier 3 British tanks, the Valentine 80, it wasn't really bad actually, the fast firing gun was quite good. Same goes for the Medium 3, I really liked that tank, played it like 7 or 8 games and aced it 6 times or so. Cruiser 2, as again, don't really can say anything about that. Covenanter and Valentine in Tier 4 are set to be Seal Clubber tanks, and I can't agree with that. Those are just very bad in my opinion, so the reasoning to call them Seal Clubber tanks is not there for me. Sherman 5, not played it, but I heard it's similar to the M4, so don't get why it's removed. Churchill's GC, just bad. I know someone who is in my clan called Edge1104 who really likes this tank, and I even featured him getting the world record in terms of damage in this tank. So I don't get why it's just bad. I mean, I saw some really nice scores getting in that tank. I would actually like to get it myself, and I probably will. So with that, let's move to the Japanese tanks. They're going to be removing the Hago, the Keni and the Kiho, which is basically the separate line that is above the normal tech tree. And those are said to be seal clubbing tanks. I never played the Japanese tanks, so no statement from me in that fact. To the French tanks, FTAC, D1 and ART M35 in Tier 2 are going to be removed because FTAC because just bad, it is. The D1 I don't really know, and the R35 it has very good armor and a good gun, so seal clubbing is a good point here. UE57 because it's just bad, yeah it is. Only good thing is the camera rating on that tank, the rest is just shit. And for Tier 4 in the French tech tree, it is the AMX40 going to be removing. I'm not sure about that tank because I played it, I liked it, it was okay, so I don't get why it's removed. To the Russian tanks, 7 removed there. In Tier 2 it's the AT-1 and the T-26. So for the tank destroyer, I don't know, I haven't played them from Tier 2 to 4, so I can't give you any of my opinion there. And the T-26 set to be a seal clubbing tank is nothing I can agree with because I played it, I don't like it, it was just bad. That would be a reason to remove it. But let's move on. In Tier 3 we have the T-46, which is meant to be a seal clubbing tank, and I can absolutely agree because the clip potential of that tank is just enormous. SU-76, again, haven't played the tank, can't give you an opinion. For Tier 4 in the Russian tank tree, it is the T-28. I don't know, it was a very good tank, I liked it, the penetration is very good on the 57mm. DPM as well, has a good mobility, no armor though. So yeah, you can see it from your perspective. In Tier 5 there's not going to be a tank removed in the Russian tech tree. For Tier 6 it's the T-150. That tank is something quite special, so to say. I played it because I want to go to the IS-4. so I had to play it. And I gotta say, it was just bad. The gun handling, not really on point. The armor fails more often than you think. And your mobility is not supporting you either, because you don't have any. And here we have the only tier 7 tank that is going to be removed, the KV-13, set to be a sea clubber. I also can't agree with that. I played it. I have to say it is a great tank. I really liked it, but it is optional. You don't have to play it on the tech tree, so it's kind of there. It's like the GC. It is an option you can choose. But for sea clubbing, I don't know. It wasn't that good. To the German tanks, which is actually the nation where the most tanks are going to be removed from the tech tree, starting from tier 2. It is the Panzer II. It is a very powerful tank at tier 2, so I can agree with that. Panzerjäger 1, yeah, is bad, so it is acceptable. Tier 3, there is where the things start. Marder 2 is a tank I really enjoyed playing when I grinded that line, and it is very good, but it's not a sea clubber, so that's not a reason, which isn't said here. And I don't really know. It could have stayed in because it is a good tank. It is not overpowered, it is not underpowered. It is balanced in my opinion. Panzer 38T, haven't played that, can't give you an opinion. Panzer 4A is a tank I played and I really liked it. I even had one very good game in it. Panzer 3A, similar, has a lot of damage for the tier 70 average, I believe. Good penetration, mobility as well, but no armor. In tier 4, Panzer 38NA was a good tank. I didn't really like it though, so just calling it just bad is maybe wrong, but I can understand that's going to be removed. Now to the two tanks that I really think are key here. One is the DW2. Saying to be sea clubbing tank, I can absolutely agree because this tank is just absolutely crazy. It is a tier 4, but in around 15 games, I don't know exactly, I had 1.3k average damage, and this is tier 4, guys. So yeah, absolutely can call it a sea clubber. The looks the same. I have around 1k average in that, pretty high win rate. It's a very good tank if you want to get it, and I recommend you to get it because it is a good tank. Get it now before it's going to be removed from the tech tree. To tier 5, the Panzer SFL 4C, or Death Toaster as most of you know it. I would actually not call it in the section platooning more than it's just bad, because I played it. I'm recently at the Borsig and I didn't really like the tier 5 either. I don't know, you don't have gun depression, you don't have armor. Gun arc is quite bad if you use the very good gun at tier 8, which is an 8.8 centimeter. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. VK3001H. Very nice tank, gun is amazing. Can't or understand why it's removed. Panzer 2-4, I have no idea what the tank is. Maybe it's the 3-4 that they mean. Yeah, that's actually a very good tank. I haven't played it though, so no opinion from me there in that part either. VK3002M, really surprising here to see on this list. I mean, I played it. It is before the Panther 1. It was a good tank, to be honest. Gun is nice, mobility as well. It has a fun factor because as the Panther line and all of them progressing, it is a good rammer. So I don't get why it's removed. I would actually more say something like the VK3001D, which is just bad, should be removed in instead of that tank. But let's get to the last nation, which is America here. For tier 2, T18, definitely a sea clubber with the big gun, so understandable here. T2 medium, I don't really know. It was a bad tank in my opinion. Didn't play it a lot, so yeah. In tier 3, M3 Stewart, just bad. I wouldn't say so myself. I really liked it. It has a small autoloader, I believe, 3 shots. It has good armor for its tier and considering it's a light tank, and good mobility. T82 and M2 medium set to be C clubbing tanks. Absolutely agree here, because the guns that those two tanks use are just hilarious in terms of the damage output. 2 tier 4, T40 and M3 Lee. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. M3 Lee is a tank I really liked. On Blitz stars I even am a rank 1 in the world, set by W8. But yeah, I really like the tank. I don't know why it's removed. It was quite balanced. Tier 5 T67, definitely a C clubbing tank here on this list, so I can understand it's removed. And another very surprised to see on this list, the Jumbo, the M4A3E2. This tank has good armor, gun choices are also very good. Mobility is meh, it is slower than the Easy 8. And actually, I would have more guessed to see the E8 here instead of the Jumbo, because it is more of a balanced tank just because of the speed that the tank gets considering the armor layout. But yeah, basically this was it for today's video. When we get to patch 5.5, I will explain to you how the tech trees changes, because you probably are wondering right now how the tech trees will look like. So until then, see you next time.